All right, I think we're live. Hello everyone. Hello everybody. I am live. So what's up? Um, just a just a minute. What's up, man? I think I should bring my camera closer to my keyboard. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Man, it's been a week. Hey, good week. So this week I'm finally going to be finishing chapter one of my manga. Man, it's been a long time coming. And actually, I finished it last week. However, I thought that there are some pages in between that it needs a little bit more help and a bit more clarification. So I'm gonna be making the pages this week that are going to be that's going to be let's say auxiliary pages. I think it's how you say it, right? And pages in between the ones I've already started. For example, so this one that you see, um, wait, this page is actually going to be the last page of the manga where it leaves off as like a cliffhanger. Um, so I've already done a lot of the panels within the week just so I can speed things up, speed up production. But I've left out for you guys. I've left some panels to draw for you guys, right? So, but as you can see, I've already drawn a lot of the pages. Um, yeah, these hello camera angle were really difficult to pull off. In fact, I think Aki's the kid's legs here are too big, too long. So this is a page in between page 9 and page 10 where I introduce a new character called Aki. He will be the companion of our main character. So it's them two traveling. And there's another character, kind of like a spirit animal or something like that, right? They ride a giant cow, kind of like Aang in Last Airbender, but it doesn't fly. It's not like Appa, and it's just a normal cow, but it's big, right? If it's not a normal cow, it's normal in their world anyway. I haven't shown that yet, but I've been busy. I've been busy writing a few story beats for the next few pages. Sonic Animations. Hey man, I just got on. I'm just talking about how the manga is developing really well, and I'm on my last. This is the last 4 pages I'm going to be drawing for the chapter before it finishes. So I'm really excited for that because I want to move on to the next storyline. Well, not really storyline. I'm trying to continue the story. Hey, Half Piece, what's up, man? I got 8 volumes of Kaiju number 8. Oh, nice, nice. Look good in your bookshelf, huh? Oh, you got it today. Nice, man. Cool. I'm really excited for you with that. I haven't bought a new book for a while. I've just been really busy. I haven't even finished Witch Hat Atelier or in this other manga I'm trying to read. Been really busy. Kind of jealous. So yeah, I'm just if I can finish this today, because there's only a few pages left to I mean a few panels left to draw. So if I can finish all of the panels today, um I will I will do some world building tomorrow. Maybe there's this thing I need to design called a war bark, and it's this supposed to be this ship, a massive land ship that they ride to, kind of like the Going Merry, something similar to that. I wanted a home for the characters to live in once they're all completed. But that's not even going to be important, not until later on. I just want to start with it. It's something that it always been in my head, and I want to get it out in my head into paper. It was so much money. I bet it's 8 volumes. I got myself some Red Bull. 800 buckaroonies. Jeez, that is expensive. Is it worth it? Is it I'm lack of art study in the Discord? How can you tell? Oh yeah, it's because the drawing that you said that you did it a year ago. It looks very similar to what you're doing now. What you're showing me on Discord, right? So my guess, and I'm just guessing here, is that I think what you lack right now is like art studies. And the reason why I say that is because a year worth of drawing, or it may be not even art studies, right? But now that I think about it, maybe it's just mileage. Maybe you're not just drawing enough. I don't know. My philosophy has always been that to don't just draw whatever you want, but also study at the same time, and that's how you improve really quickly. Because a year is a lot of there's a lot of things you can do within a year. I mean, look at PewDiePie. I think he draw once per day for like 30 days, and the improvement he had from his day one is absolutely drastic. Like it's insane. He can probably draw as well as I can now. Maybe, probably. In just a span of let's say a year or a year and a half, right? And that's because he was studying and also drawing at the same time. He drew what he wanted to do. He drew what he wanted to draw, and also study how to draw it. Right? Does that make sense? Yes, the manga covers are peak. I bet I've seen the manga covers of Kaiju number 8, and yeah, they're really great. Um, I did watch the anime. I think I watched season 1, a little bit of season 1, and I'm trying to watch Lord of Mysteries, and boy, it's really confusing. I stopped watching it. I just watched episode 1. It's like, okay, I can't with this. It's too much. It just bombards you with a lot of things that it expects you to understand already. So yeah, half piece. Don't be discouraged by that comment. By the way, just keep studying, keep drawing. All my feedback are there to help you out. Okay, it's not there to discourage you or belittle you. Um, I want to spread art, man, and sometimes you got to be tough. You got to tell the truth. I can't be one of those. You can't expect me to be one of those people who will just tell you your art looks good no matter what. You know, and I expect the same from you guys. If I drew something really bad, I expect you to tell me too. It's not a problem. It's a thing with artists nowadays. Is that they lack the ability to take in feedback. I'm not talking about you, half piece, by the way, not at all. However, there is somebody in the Discord server that got really angry at me for giving him really, feedback about his art. Um, so yeah, I just want to bring that up. I'm not talking to you again. I'm not talking about you. Okay. Maybe I need to head back to Art Fundamentals bootcamp that I skipped a long time ago. I kind of did skip Art Fundamentals for a very long time too, man. But yeah, maybe, or you could just do something simple like uh draw realism, because that's the thing. If you can draw realism, you can pretty much. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, I'm burping. Sorry. I don't know if that mic picks it up, but yeah, if you can draw realism, you can pretty much draw any style. If you can understand how the real world, how you can understand how the real world works, then you'll also know how to break the rules and draw anime and draw comic books, whatever you want, man. That's how I learned anyway. I learned the long way. But like I said, I also skipped art fundamentals for a long time because I think they're kind of. All right, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna say it. Okay, I think they're kind of boring, and that's why I skipped them. They're so boring to study. You gotta draw lines like this. You gotta practice how to draw a straight line like that, straight line like this. How to be able to taper your lines too, or it's things like that, or understand what a square is. I mean, who doesn't understand what a square is? But you'll be surprised how much skill it takes to draw a freaking perfect square. You know, and that's kind of the thing that you gotta learn is to understand how the real world works. That's basically how what the fundamental is. Because if you understand that, you can break the rules, and you also understand how to break the rules of the real world, and that's how styles comes about. That's how you can bend the proportions in a certain way that it doesn't look bad. Um, yeah. So any art, it's a really cliche advice, by the way, to study the fundamentals. I kind of hate giving it, but also at the same time, it's one of the most important advice, an important thing that artists skip, and that includes me too. But yeah, I think never forget your basics, man. I'll tell you right now. Even pros, name a pro that you know. They'll tell you that they still go back to the fundamentals every now and then. One of my favorite artists of all time is Frank Frazetta, and even he, with like 30, 40 years of drawing experience, still uses references for anatomy. He goes back to the basics. Ralph McQuarrie still uses references. It's like the fundamentals is like when you play a game, and you're playing a game, and you're at the very, let's say it's an online game, and you're at the very end of it, and the story is finished now. Like, okay, what's next? What do we do next? The story's finished. Okay, you gotta grind for more gear. You're gonna get stronger. The fundamentals is kind of like that. It's never really finished. Your journey isn't finished. It's like the end game of art. So I think that's what I said in my last video. There's always a new ceiling, a new thing to be discovered, and new form of artists that learn something new that now you have to learn as well. Yeah, I was just thinking, just to deviate from the. It's kind of related, but when I was thinking about AI, because I'm writing a script for a video about AI, so I was just writing this AI script, a script about AI. Okay, and then I realized that there are some things that I'm doing now that I didn't used to do because of AI. For example, I am a lot more careful about how I draw hands because I don't want to be mistaken to be using AI. Or I'm a lot more careful about my folds or my hair flows on the drawings because I don't want it to be mistaken by AI. I don't want that. I don't want that to have the issue. So with that being said, I'm thinking that in that way, right? If you think about it that way, AI is kind of pushing artists to become better because they don't want to be accused of being using AI. So it's like, oh, I got to be careful. I got to do better. Does that make sense? Right? And that kind of goes to what I've been saying. If you've been following my stream, it kind of goes to what I've been saying that in the long term, AI will produce better artists, and not because of AI itself. It's because artists will become more like real artists. Okay, I'm not talking about fake AI artists. Like real artists will become more competitive because of AI, and therefore AI will just produce better artists. Does that make sense to you? I'm not communicating that well here. I don't know, because I kind of see that. Like, I kind of see a little bit of that now. Where, like I said, like me, I'm careful about my art nowadays, so that I don't get mistaken to be using AI. So does that make sense? It makes sense to me, right? Because of AI, it takes such a cautious drawing. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Right? Exactly. So now, because of AI, you're trying to do better. You're a lot more cautious. Or before, I would just take that for granted. So again, in that way, I think AI is making us a better artist. Isn't that weird? That's really weird to say, isn't it? And I think what the problem is twofold, right? It's the okay the art thievery of AI. That's the problem, and the second problem is the job job market. So those two is my well. Actually, I only have a problem with one of those things with AI, right? The art thievery thing. I can't really reconcile myself with that because I do support AI, and everything else, like medicine, research, things like that. Because I think in that regard, it's gonna help like everybody out. But I can't seem to reconcile myself when it comes to art because it is kind of stealing. It needs regulations. Where was I going with this? Because I've already said that before. I was trying to make a point. I just totally forgot about it. What a terrible streamer. Um, Oh yeah, I remember the job aspect part. People are worried that AI is coming for their job. And I'm just talking about the art industry here because that's the only thing I know. So I think AI will only come after your job if you're not competitive enough. Maybe it's a mark of evolution. Push AI is helping us artists because we have a worthy rival, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of like that. It is kind of like that. I mean, the problem is that art is really ill defined. You know what I mean? Like nobody can really understand. Nobody can give me a description, like an all encompassing description as to what art and an artist is. I mean, do you call music art? I would call music art. Would you call contemporary art art? Some would say yes. I would say no. Right? So there's like this massive disagreement inside of the art community itself, where even we can't really define what art and artists are. There's no all encompassing um, definition. So, and that's why like these AI bros just co-ops the word artist and now they call themselves AR artists because again, it's an ill-defined term and who can really dispute them with that, right? When we ourselves can't even agree to what that is. So it's sort of like our fault. It's partly our fault for being well, some of us being so how would you call it? There's like snobs, like these art snobs call everything is art kind of thing. If everything is art, then nothing is art. is what I would say. So that's part of the problem. I don't like this. He's kind of mimicking her pose at page 6, where she introduces. It's kind of mocking her. But yeah, that's my take on it. That's just a little bit of take. I'm making a video of AI. That's why I'm talking about it. And I just realized that while writing a script. But yeah, as soon as that whole art thing, that whole AI being regulated thing, and the art thievery doesn't become a problem anymore, then yeah, we're good. I think that's a good compromise between these tech pros and real artists. Just regulate the damn thing, man. I don't like this. Uh, Arms too long. I think. Okay, so shoulders. Wait, I need to sketch that out again. Oh no! Ah, oh my goodness. This is bad. This is really bad. Because I kind of drew this on on one layer. Damn. Wait. All right, just maybe a good quick preview as to how I do things. This is how I normally work, by the way. You can see. I have like a lot of like divided. It's a massive canvas, okay? 35,000 by 5,400 pixels. And yeah, I just drew like this. So the first 4 pages, this 1, 2, 3, 4, this is for client work. And the fourth page is blank because I usually record that, so I don't draw it here. Um, and yeah, and then this for the rest is for my own manga. Anyways, where was I? So I'm supposed to copy this. I copied it. I drew in one layer, so I'm gonna have to delete that. I'm gonna have to do that all over again, don't I? Can I? Was there a point where I history where I merged it? No, there isn't any merged. Wait. Here? Nope. Here. No. I'm gonna have to draw all that again. Damn it. Maybe not. Um, Good. I heard it's quite popular subject to discuss this AI generative image. So how long do you take to finish one page? For one page, I don't know. I haven't really counted one page. But let's say maybe 2 hours. Yeah, a good 2 hour, depending on the page, right? Maybe a good 2 hours. Like this page probably took me an hour. Maybe hour and a half, maybe. Just because that first panel there was giving me a hard time. So do you see the problem here? Is I drew this all in one layer. So I just need to delete the white stuff here. Can I make this a multiply? Right, like that. And then, nope, I can't do that. Which means I just have to manually delete the white layer, the white stuff. Because I don't want to have to draw this all over again. But yeah, it is a popular subject only because it's a very contentious, divisive subject. In my research, because again, I'm writing the script, right? In my research, here's the thing: it's really confusing. And in my research, I found that before AI, there was already a massive disagreement between like copying another art style, and I read about the arguments, right? And it's pretty much the same kind of argument that people are having now when it comes to AI. Like AI is just really copying an art style. I guess that for me, that's not the problem with AI. The problem is that the inherent act of using AI. I don't have a coherent thought of this yet. Okay, I have it in my head. Um, so the inherent act of using AI is fine. But let me gather my thoughts. Outside of the art thievery, let's just say that that's not an issue. Okay, in a world where that's not an issue, the well, obviously we don't live in that world, but the inherent act of using AI outside of the art thievery things, it's totally fine. It's not a problem at all. Even the ethical, um, the artist label that you can put on AI is totally fine with me. Outside of that problem, but the problem is that it's not really doing anything for you outside of just pressing a button and generating an image, right? Again, I don't have a really coherent thought of this. I'm just trying to gather my mind right now off the cuff. And to me, art is about learning, right? It's a learning journey of self discovery. So in that regard, I can't really say that it's art because you're not really learning anything from it. It's just a instant feel good button, really. And art's supposed to make you suffer first before you can feel good. Wait, just 2 hours? Maybe I should change to digital. Well, it comes with experience. I think the speed thing, because I this is my full time job, man, and I've been drawing it since 2023. So yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with the whole digital thing. I think it's just that I'm used to it. I know how to skip a few things here and there to make my life a lot easier. I'll show you a technique later on when I start drawing backgrounds and how I save a lot of time drawing backgrounds. Okay, because I prepared that. I'm making a video tutorial as well for making backgrounds, and I just finished the art part of it. So I'll show you that later on if you stay long enough. But I have to redraw this thing. I'm really bad at drawing the feet part, right? Like the pants part of characters. I'm really good at drawing like the upper half of a person. But the feet, really annoying. What's gonna came from Twitch, lol, brother. You need to a proper link tree. I have to do multiple clickings finding your YouTube channel since it's not under the same. Oh, really? I'm so sorry, man. I usually have a chat box for Twitch. I actually have an app for all the chats, and sometimes it's not working. Oh, go, yeah, go, go. Oh, yeah, go. Sorry, baby. Sorry, my son is around. But yeah, man. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome to the stream. A link tree. Yeah, I think I do. I think I need to set that up too. I haven't really taken care of my Twitch lately because I used to get some views when I started streaming on Twitch, but then I stopped for a very long time in favor of streaming on YouTube. And then I realized that I could just multi-stream. So I went back to Twitch, and ever since then I like okay, I'm kind of discouraged to use Twitch because I'm not really getting much views there. I'm not getting much views here as well, but at least I'm getting one or two. Plus all the botting stuff. I hate it. Oh yeah, Red Bull's really good. And then I'll regret saying that later on when I pop it. When my heart starts um pumping too fast. Always happens. Worth it though. Worth the heart attack. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, I think I've caught up. Also, like since you draw manga, I was trying to look where you even posted. This manga in particular, I haven't posted anywhere. Since it's my own personal work a story that I'm writing, and I haven't really. I'm just about to finish chapter one, so I don't really plan to post this. Not maybe not until I finish volume one. But sorry, excuse me. You can find some of my work on my Instagram. I think the link should be on my profile on my YouTube. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm such an amateur at this stuff. Hey, I've been drawing for a long time, but social media is completely new to me. I should check that right now. Hold on, guys. I believe I did. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, okay. It's in my YouTube. Okay. Good, 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 good. All right, I think I'm pretty much done with this page. Let's move on to the next one. Sorry, I can't stay for too long, but I'm going to out for dinner. Good luck with your work. Thanks, man. Yeah, you have fun at dinner. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Profile isn't available in your Twitter, bro. Am I bio? Twitter bio? I'm not sure what you mean. No, I have my links on my YouTube page. You're saying my Twitter isn't working? Let me check that. Ah, it is. Ah, it's totally working. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, this page needs a lot of help. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I couldn't figure out how to draw a hand that's like giving because the kid here gives this man a toy, and the third panel is supposed to be a close up of the toy in the man's hand. And I was trying so hard to draw it earlier, but I couldn't really figure it out, even with the reference. Um, so it's kind of like that, right? It's holding his hand like that. So let's say it's his left hand really quickly. So I want to make it a little bit more dramatic. So maybe like this. So straight and bendy. Okay, that looks terrible. The bio link for your Instagram and your Twitter is broken, but your YouTube channel is working. Probably it's a me problem. I don't know. I'll have to check all my socials again. Again, I forgive me for that, man. I'm really terrible. I don't really take care of my social media presence all that much outside of, let's say, YouTube and TikTok. I barely post, and I should be starting to post more on Twitter too. Instagram, I also gave up on Instagram for the same reason, because I stopped posting for a year, and then when I came back, I couldn't get any views anymore. I used to be able to, but yeah, it's really discouraging. But YouTube, on the other hand, I'm really consistent on YouTube and TikTok, so my channel is growing, and I'm trying to build a community in here. Okay, that looks good. I kind of see the vision of the hand here, kind of bendy like that. It's not my best work, but could we do? And then we'll the the gift here is like a necklace, hangs around there, maybe something like that. Okay, we'll stick with that for now. I'm just gonna clean out these panels. I've only tried to take social media seriously. I think around last some end of last year, somewhere around August. And yeah, I'm still trying to learn it. I'm an old soul, man. It's hard for me. Honestly, I would rather just stick with YouTube and TikTok. To be honest, I don't want to worry about Twitter or Instagram or anything else. Although I do recognize that those platforms are very important when you're trying to do business or communicate with your fans too. Maybe I don't know. Do I have fans? What now? Sounds like a really pretentious thing to say. My fans, quote unquote. Give up the grind, boss. Yeah, Matt, goated manga artist. Thanks, man. I don't know why people keep calling me goats. I'm a goat. I'm just kidding. I know what that means. But yeah, thank you again. Look, I'm just enjoying the process of the art. Okay, that's all I know how to do, and hopefully, watching me draw, you guys could enjoy or be encouraged to draw as well. That's my goal here. You should try Pixiv. Maybe. Look, it's too many things going on. There's Kara, then there's Threads. I'll try Pixiv. That's been on my mind recently too. So I'll definitely go there at some point in my career, right? I don't even know what people do there. I think it's just an Asian Instagram, right? I don't know. I should check out my chat app just in case somebody else comes in from Twitter. I started to stream on Kick as well, man. But the day that I did, right? The next day, of the day that I did start um streaming on Kick, I had a really nice reception there. I got like 10 viewers. I don't remember. Something like that, right? I go, wow, I'm popping off and Kick. I mean, 10 viewers isn't that much, but for me it is. But and then the next day, the very next day, it gets banned in my country. I can still stream on it because I have it set up on my OBS as part of the live stream, but I just can't read chats from there or know how many people are watching. So who knows? Website is always focused on art and art only. And yeah, it's more organized. I don't open it that much, but using it to put my work in and a clearer form. Insta or Twitter doesn't support multi-image post. I think Instagram does, right? With their gallery. Is that what you're talking about? But yeah, I heard Pixiv is more for artists. My only thing about it is that I'm not sure how many people really go to Pixiv to like browse. I think a good amount, but maybe not as much as in Instagram or Twitter. I don't know. Again, I'm not familiar with these stuff. Don't take my word for it. We'll become experts one day, my friend. Just one platform at a time. But I am getting really good reception here on YouTube. I'm really enjoying streaming here, streaming and posting videos. I'm not sure if you watch my videos, but I'm trying to improve on them. Okay, really give real quality to my viewers and really taking it seriously. Oh yeah, they do, but I don't, it doesn't like to have tabs for illustrations. Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah, true, true, true. And also their image upload is really really limited. Like you can only upload a certain size, and the size doesn't really match like um artist canvases. It's like this weird scaling thing. I don't know why they do that. Also the quality, wow, that killed me. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. There are some really great artists on Instagram though. Well, I guess there are great artists anywhere, everywhere. It's just the way I started, and the app is really convenient. Even though I don't like using apps, TikTok, it's really good for advertising because a lot of people go to TikTok for that sort of stuff, and I also get a good reception in TikTok too. TikTok too. I'm really hating how I'm drawing hands today. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so this guy is hanging his coat, kind of like how the admirals does it in One Piece. Oof, I gotta stretch my back sometimes. I didn't try TikTok, but it's hard to have them click out from the app, like linking them to YouTube or so. I don't know about that because I recently um every time I get a follower on TikTok, they always seem to go to my YouTube right after. Maybe it's not even correlated, but I just noticed that whenever I get views on TikTok, I also get views on YouTube, and that's reflected in my analytics. Maybe it's a case to case basis, right? Well, here's my plan. Okay, once I finish this chapter one, I'll be making like memes, memes of my own manga, and memes as an artist. So for TikTok, so I can advertise the um the story of this thing, for more people will actually be interested in reading. Um, Only because that's how I saw another artist does her thing. If you're familiar with the artist for Covenant, I don't really read her art, but I just study her success. And yeah, it's the same way. He just did it through memes and marketing on TikTok. Explode Kid. I think that's the girl, right, from Covenant. Am I right? That name sounds familiar. Oh yeah, that's the artist for Covenant. Okay, okay, yeah, we're talking about the same girl. Funny. Yeah, yeah, totally inspired by the way she did stuff, right? It's really cool. So she does some viral marketing on TikTok, memes, and just funny posts. Well, I'm gonna start doing that too, but only once I finish um, drawing this chapter one. Maybe I don't know, but whenever I decide to post this is just personal work. Really, it's nothing that I want to publish, but I will publish it regardless. This quote doesn't make sense, right? But I'm just gonna hope that nobody notices. So the thing is that he's hanging his coat like this, but the way it's hanging now doesn't make sense. We'll make it make sense. We'll make it make sense. It's supposed to hang like that. The reason why I did that because I wanted to show a lot of his feet. Anyway, but you need to settle where to put your work if you plan that. Patreon or some publishing web. Uh I've been advised to not take deals from like digital publishing organizations, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to once I decide to publish this thing, it's going to be self-published. Okay. Um, that's the plan. I might change my mind on that later on, but currently that's where my mind is at. Only because I want to be able to deal with it on my own terms, not with the company. But my second option is to put this thing on a manga competition in Japan and get recognized. Because even if you lose the competition, you're still going to get attention from like real editors, and even that alone is enough for me to at least, yeah, that to me is a win. And if I win, you get to be published in Japan. and work as a, this could be serialized or something. I don't really dream of that doing it. That's like the furthest thing in my head right now. Okay. Is it just me or is his feet too small? Too small. I think it's too small. It's okay. It's okay. I'll go with that. Digital publishing isn't suitable with solo artists. That it's very group driven. Silent manga. There are silent manga competitions, but they're also like just regular short story. Um, what do you call it? One shot competitions, right? Which I've also drawn out the one shot of this. It's almost finished. The one shot for this story. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in a competition maybe. But for now, my head is just tell a story, tell a good story, and I'm not planning on fame. I know I'm not dreaming about fame. I'm not dreaming about publishing this at all. I just want to tell a good story for my audience before I publish it. That's the main goal. I mean, Clip Studio is running a manga competition. You should submit there. Yeah, but I don't use Clip Studio. I actually have Clip Studio. It's really hard for me to. I'm kind of like the definition of old dog. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I tried using it, okay, and there were a lot of things that I just feel that Photoshop does a lot better. Um, for example, the like this thing, right? I can scroll like this. You can't do this in Clip Studio. See how just scrolling, sliding? That to me is a deal breaker. I don't know why. It's just more comfortable. Oh, he's kneeling, so this should be. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense. Kneels like this. It's okay. Maybe I'll just draw a second leg here. Actually, that's fine. Maybe his second leg is like right behind here. Yeah, like right there, right? And it goes behind here. Oh, that's fine. I don't think I have to use Clip Studio Paint for it just to account to submit it. Really? Okay. If that's the case, then yeah, for sure, I'll consider that. Okay. This thing is a problem. Um, let's leave it there. I'll circle back to this panel later. Ooh, so many things. Ow! I just kicked my own. I just kicked something. That hurt. Funny. Okay. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this big page here with like 5 people in the crowd. Or I'm gonna move on. This page. So this page, I already drew the background. Where is it? Where is it? No, no. Here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that looks good. I did try to submit my work on Silent after 6 submissions. So like 3 years of grind, all I got is one comment: use more angles. Well, that's not very helpful, is it? Maybe it is actually. Maybe you're not using enough angles, man. I took that to heart now. Yeah, you should. Look, any feedback, no matter how it is, it's you should take always take it to heart. Don't well, maybe unless it's like bad intention. But if it's a feedback that you feel like it's legitimate, for me, I always take that to the bank. I do most of everything in perspective. I mean, it works well. Yeah, it keeps you from. It's really useful when you're trying to draw a like a dialogue page where everybody's just talking, and it's really like it goes on for a while, right? I'm drawing that page right now, with one of my mangas, and being able to draw on an angle kind of helps the relieve the repetitiveness of the page. That's how I use it anyway. Okay. Uh, Man, I don't like that. I should cut this. I'm gonna redraw it. I'm gonna have to redraw it. But right now, I just do it self-publishing on Patreon. I'm 8 months down. It's going well so far, but very slow. Oh, you self-publish your own manga on Patreon? That's so cool, man. Yeah, one can only dream, dude. I'll get there one day, man. I'm thinking of making a Patreon too, but I really don't want to ask for donations. I'm not here for the money, but money helps too, of course. Uh, I don't know. I feel like it's a because I'm really early on to my social media career, and I feel like it's a detractor for my audience if I just ask for donations right away. Maybe I'll let it grow for a bit, you know? I'm a college dropout. I'm talking big risk, taking big risk. Hey, I'm a college dropout too. But it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Don't take my word for that though. Not everybody needs to do. Not everybody has to drop out. Patreon is very driven on advertising, so it's all on you. I guess so. I'm not really good at advertising. That's the thing. The number one that I suck at. I'm a high school dropout and I'm a college dropout. The way that works is that I went to high school in another country that has a different schooling system than the one in my country. So by the time I went back, the school the school system here in my country determined that, oh, okay, the system there, you're pretty much the equivalent of a high school graduate. So here you go, you can go to college. They get, oh, okay, cool. So I went to high school in Australia, and then came back to the Philippines, and then they're like, okay, you can go to college, no problem. Cool, man. And then so I went to college and I dropped that too. I'm so bad at advertising. I don't really follow trends. True. Well, that's the thing, though. I don't like following trends, but you kind of have to. I was really really apprehensive at first, but in social media space, you kind of have to follow if you want to grow. That's the thing you kind of want to do. It sucks because you want to do your own thing and not the trendy thing sometimes. And for me, I just found a good compromise where there are some trending things that I like and I just do those. For example, free rent is trending right now. And maybe I can draw free rent. I love free rent. I've drawn her a couple of times. And yeah, maybe I'll do that. I have an idea in my head about a fan art. I also don't do fan art. The way I was taught is that you shouldn't be doing too much fan art if you're trying to be a professional, unless if you're going into a job where your art is where your fan art is derived from. I can see why you speak English very well. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I can speak English very well, but I can't write it very well. Okay, I just sound like I can speak English well. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on professionalism. So I do this full time, by the way. Well, not live streaming, but I am a full time artist. Yeah, but you only pull powers very specific fan base going out there kills the engagement. Not necessarily. I think. Well, yes, yes, that is true. Yeah, in a way, I think what you're saying is true. But I'm trying to pull in. Well, that might necessarily. You're right, absolutely right. Okay, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're part of that fan base anyway, I think it's a win. Well, it depends on your point of view, I guess. If if you're drawing fan art that you don't really like and you're not part of the fan base, then yeah, I can see how that could how that could how you wouldn't want that to happen, right? This is not closed. That's a trap, following trends and doing fan arts most of the time. Um, is it a trap? It could be a trap. I can see what you mean. We get some music in, yeah. Hopefully, I don't get copyright strike because I've had got that before from playing like music from a video game. Sometimes I don't. Actually, most of the time I don't. And a friend who did fan art of a popular VTuber, and his artwork got used on one of the thumbnails for the 400 to 13,000 followers straight up. But once he started posting his own other works, he really got about it. Oh yeah, 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 I know what you mean. That's a good point. Yeah, I got 15 likes. I don't think it's about the likes, right? And right now YouTube is favoring engagement, like how many minutes. I guess that also affects the likes. Also affects. I guess you're right. Yeah. Well, talk about that. I just posted a really high effort video, like really high effort. Okay, and it barely gets any views. But I post like a quick, oh, here's like my top three artists of the month or something, and I get like 2,000 views. Or here's how I draw hair, and I get like 8,000 views. But this really high production thing, I was like, here's 100 views. Here's like 3 weeks of like editing. Here's like 10 views. Like what the heck's going on? What do you want from me, YouTube? To the point that the followers feel so bloated. That's why I value even the little followers. But yeah, yeah. You know what? You're right. I do too. I do too. I only got like I think a little less than 1,000 followers right now, and to me that means a lot already. And I know that in the larger picture of YouTube, that really doesn't mean anything, but it does to me. You know, we're small YouTubers. You gotta value this little stuff. It's humble beginnings. I hope. I think this hair. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's an inverse bob cut, and it goes like this, right? Inverse, because the reverse bob cut goes like the normal bob cut goes like that. Ugh. Oh, gonna stretch my back. Sorry. And yeah, I really want to grow my community organically. I've already started a Discord server where everybody hangs out. It's really small for now, but I've gotten a lot of requests for it when I started taking live streams seriously, and I was able to get like regulars coming in and out. So yeah, that's growing really well, and I'm using TikTok to grow that too. I'm happy with that. But yeah, I think with live streaming, right, or with social media nowadays, you just have to get as many eyes. I guess that's the point. That's the name of the game. Get as many eyes on your stuff as possible, and that's why I'm multi-streaming. I think I'm spending too much time on this one panel. Okay, I usually do the faces last, so we'll just do that last then. Do the details here. Well, with TikTok, I think the key to it, and I find it to be true, is to post daily. So at first, I was having a hard time posting daily, but I figured it out, right? Since I draw manga every damn day anyway. So what I do is set up my OBS and I just do speed paints of like each panel. So I would like stream OBS like this, and that's like you just rotate it on the phone, and yeah, that will be one video, and then draw this panel. That's the second video. Draw this panel. It's a third video, and each panel will be a video. So that's how I do it. Post daily. And yeah, I got like around 1,000 followers on TikTok now, I think. A little bit more. Almost 2,000. Again, really, really nice reception there. And it's growing really well. A nice flow of followers. And I think it's where a lot of my Discord group comes from. Because I don't really do that with YouTube. With YouTube, it's a bit different because my shorts in TikTok, I don't post daily anymore. I found it to be bad for YouTube. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Again, I'm not really an authority with this. This is just based on my experience. Because I found it if I post every day, I don't get much viewers on most days. However, if I stagger the videos, okay. If I stagger the videos, let's say once every other day, then I get a ton of attention. Again, that could be just me, but that's how I do it anyway. So they're a bit different, right? Different algorithm, different audience, different way of managing, I suppose. I don't know. Mami, ako na kasi. Sorry guys, I gotta try to watch. My son is here. Working papa, okay? Mama naman. Mama tayo. Later. My son wants me to uh, s- accompany him to go to sleep. Nagigilty ako. Want to give TikTok a try again? Yeah, man. Up to you. It's for me. I figured it out, but I can understand people might have a hard time since you gotta post daily or at least twice a day. My wife is on TikTok too. She just sells stuff. Siya naman ano, Tagalog ka pala eh. Pinapa-English mo pa ako. Gago, Tagalog ka pala pre. English ako dito sa'yo. Go AR to your son. Iyak-iyak na ako dito. Kaka-English sa'yo pre. Hindi ka man lang naawa sa akin. Now I gotta speak English, man, because my viewers are from another country. Ah, good night, Marcos. Go. Sige, good night. Good night.
Ciao, Papa.
Love you, baby.
Mag-work si Papa.
Working, papi.
Para may pagpilit tayo ng tayo mo bukas, okay?
Papa.
No.
Dapat.
Eh, mama
Okay,
ka
mama
naman
ka,
tumabi.
papi.
Bili tayo bukas, okay? Kami, bilisan mo matulog na tayo.
Later, I will go with you. Okay, later.
Okay.
Ha? Ah, sabi, wait lang. Sige na.
Ganda lang mo lang. Let's go. Okay, manood tayo ng baby. Good night, Papa.
May nagigilty ako. Yeah, make it a habit to be speak English and stream. Yeah, yeah, I always speak English and stream. The majority of my viewers are not from the Philippines anyway. Sometimes my friends do join my stream and they're Filipino. Sometimes. We're talking about AI. Talk about AI art to your son. Um, my son is really trying to draw some stuff. Yeah, but he sucks though at drawing. I'm better. That looks good. I'm so boomer when it comes to that since I refuse to use it since it launched. You mean AI? There's a big debate with AI and stuff. I'm not sure if you were here when I was talking about it because I'm making a video. I'll just talk about it anyway. I'm making a video about AI. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna post it. But while writing a script, I realized that one of the problems is that us artists is really hard to. Sorry, us artists are not really doing a good job defining what art is. When we can't even agree amongst each other what that is, right? I mean, some people say that contemporary art isn't art, and some would say that it is. So, what is it, right? What's art? Some say that you should always use a reference. Some artists say that no, you gotta be a purist. So you have to learn from imagination. Otherwise, you're not a real artist. It's these art snobs that are the problem. They can't define what art is, and so these these tech guys, just co-opt the word artist, and now we get like AI artist, and we don't really have the right to. Well, we do. Okay, we do, but at the same time, we don't because we can't agree amongst each other as to what that is. TikTok lol. I was there when TikTok. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So yeah, you know how I feel about it. Mm, all right. This is almost done. I just need to draw her face and the thing that she's holding here. Holding like these placards, these small cards, wooden cards. Okay. That looks good. Did I bring her hands down? Okay. No, that's perfect. We'll keep it like this. Well, TikTok art posts low-key cringe me a bit, but somehow I have to learn to do it. But yeah, content creation is a little bit cringe. I don't really do cringy stuff, but ever since I've been trying to post videos, I found myself doing it a lot. If you want it, if you want to grow a community, you gotta be well. I'm pretty cringy myself. Now that I think about it, ever since I was a kid, I always tried to make people laugh at the expense of my own embarrassment. I didn't really care. I still don't care. I often refuse to. I often Jesus. Often I refuse to look at my own work, especially with my writing. I mean, it kills me. I know what you mean, man. Definitely. I'm right there with you. Am I getting right for this video, for this song? I'm not. Okay, good. I don't know if I like that. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Oh yeah, to delete this. Oops. It's fine. All right, let's move on to a different page. This page. Big page. I'm gonna prioritize this big guy right here. Hmm. Just give me a sec. I'm just gonna take a quick break. Chat a little bit, maybe. Been drawing for a while. A good 5 minute break. I'm gonna check my last video, see if it gained any views. It did. 1 views. Nice. I gotta tone it down a little bit next time. Right now I'm trying to my best to learn more about advertising. I'm so bad at it. Same. I'm just not good at advertising. I don't think that's an artist. Well, maybe it is nowadays, right? It is part of being an artist. For me, if well, it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to find more clients, I guess you're gonna have to advertise yourself a different way. I have no problem finding clients. I always have. I don't know what it is, but I always get a nice stream of clients every now and then. And every time I think that I'm running out, somebody always comes along. Usually I just find them in Upwork, or they find me in Upwork. Pretty cool. I've been doing this full time since 2016. Well, I was doing something else back then. Yeah, if I like it or not, I have to lock in with adverts. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, do that. It'll get you far. My goal is making it full time in my Patreon alone, so my risk of dropping out isn't useless. Nice, nice. You know what you can do on TikTok? You can buy. Maybe that's not a good idea because then you won't be able to target your audience. But you can buy views, like real views. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think it is, unless you're able to target your audience. I think you can. I'm just not familiar how to do that. I guess your only avenue now is just to make cringy videos, huh? On TikTok. I don't know. I forgot what his gauntlet looks like. Okay, so it looks like this. That's his gauntlet right there. I guess I'll have to bear with it. Well, it's that you get used to it. That's the thing, whether you like it or not. You know, it's always a risk with these stuff. There's not a guarantee with advertising or marketing. I guess just an educated guess. You know, for example, I think you can make a good guess on TikTok because there's a lot of people using TikTok, and therefore there's a lot more chances to get more traffic on TikTok than say let's say Deviant Art, which nobody really goes to Deviant Art anymore. I don't think so. Yeah, just do your research, I guess. By the way, you should totally join my Discord server. That's the link right there. Just hang out with people from my community. It's a small server for now. Trying to grow it. I go live there sometimes whenever um if I have free time during my work, because I only go live on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but I go live on Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes on Monday. So because I have work on Tuesday, and I kind of don't want to draw on Monday because I then I get burned out. I'm drawing every day. My work requires me to draw as well. So on Monday I skip live streaming. But sometimes I get weeks where I don't really get much to do, and so I live stream on my on that server. Okay, but the live streaming on Twitch and YouTube, I only reserve it for Saturdays and Sundays. If you have Discord. I've joined. Anyways, good luck with your manga panels. I think I have to go now. Also, I'm gonna do a lot of research works. Thanks for having me. No worries, man. Thanks for joining. You take care and good luck. Let me know how it goes, okay? Laban Pilipinas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, 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 true. Ge pre, ge ingat. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm only a couple of panels away from finishing all 4 pages, and I've already done the background for this for the most part. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna stream again maybe later or tomorrow for sure at the same time. So yeah, you guys have a nice day. Thank you everybody for joining in, and see you soon. Bye bye. You. Damn. Hey, well being. I just realized you're here.